Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
Very few vehicles develop a community of ownership like the Mazda Miata. But why? Well, maybe it's because Mazda's been building the Roadster for over 25 years and there's never been a bad one. Or maybe it's because the Mazda Miata's been universally praised since its inception as one of the most fun cars to drive for the money. If you're looking for fun, affordability, and reliability, come see our Mazda Miata selection today and experience for yourself why Miata is always the answer. At Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi gang, Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Hello and welcome as we start our final week's edition of the Clarence Bugs Show. Here's hoping all is well with you and yours and your little slice of, I'm tempted to say Louisiana, but you might be out of state, your little slice of American heaven since the last opportunity we had to spend some time with you and yours. You know, one of the things that I absolutely love about the human experience is how things happen in the most innocent, unassuming ways. Things that you pay very little, if any, attention to when it happens, and then later on, something else happens that links the two together, and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't think about that. Last night, I just could not bring myself to watch the very first Republican debate. That's an entirely different show for a different day. I think you all know why, if you know anything about me at all. So prior to the debate starting, I'm looking at some stuff on YouTube, and I see the headline, Denzel says ... So I'm thinking at the time, totally unrelated, this guy has got to be one of maybe 5 people that no matter where you go on planet Earth, all you need to say is his first name, and everybody knows who you're talking about. If you say Denzel, oh, Denzel Washington, what did he do? What did he say? Kind of like if you hear the name Elon, you automatically know, well, they're talking about Elon Musk. If you hear the first name Barack, everybody knows you're talking about the former president, first African American president in this country, Barack Obama. I can only think of maybe 5 people that around the entire globe, all you have to do is say the first name, and everybody automatically knows who you're talking about. So at this point, the hook is already in me to pull me into this video. What did Denzel say? It probably struck me a lot harder and more directly than 99 point whatever percent of the population because of my chosen profession. Understanding, as a member of the media for all these years, I view things from a different perspective than most regular people do. So of course I punch up the video. And it was a very simple statement that was utterly profound. Denzel Washington said, and I quote, "If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you read the newspaper, you're misinformed." Did you catch that? If you don't read the newspaper, you are uninformed. If you do read the newspaper, you're misinformed. Meaning, the media goes out of its way to give you information and not inform you. For example, CBS News, the most liberal, I'm sorry, Marty, the BS News is one of the most, if not the most liberal outlet anywhere on the planet. Recently, CBS News, of all people, conducted a poll of likely registered Republican voters. Meaning, they only ask these questions to people who readily admit to being a Republican and regularly admit every time the polls are open, I go and vote. They asked these likely Republican voters, what are the 3 most important issues to you? Number 1, with 86%, was inflation. Number 2, with 83%, was crime. And number 3, at 81%, was illegal immigration. So from 86% down to 81%, inflation, crime, illegal immigration. So can somebody help me out here? Because I've been trying to figure this out since last night. The first 2 questions on Fox News in the first presidential debate had nothing to do with any of the 3 topics. If CBS News can tell you the truth, this is what likely Republican voters are concerned about. Inflation, and who isn't? Well, except the uber rich. And my friend Kevin, you don't really care about that. As long as he can wear his Red Sox jersey, he's fine. Just kidding with you, brother. Just kidding. 83% crime, 81% illegal immigration. The first two freaking questions on the Fox News hosted debate had to do with climate change and abortion. Really, y'all? And you wonder why old Clarence and millions of other God-fearing, God-loving Americans said, no, I think I'll skip tonight's debate. You know what really hurts out of this, y'all? This is supposed to be, and I stress, supposed to be, the place where if you are like yours truly, conservative at heart, believe in God and country, believe in the American way, believe in taking care of myself and keeping the freaking government out of my hair and out of my life, this is the place you're supposed to be able to go to get the alternate view from ABC, NBC, C, the BS, CNN LOL, and MSLSD. It's where you're supposed to be able to go to get an honest, unbiased opinion about what's happening in America. And these two clowns, Martha Callum and Brett Baer, decide, oh, it'd be a good idea to open up the debate dealing with two questions that likely Republican voters don't give a you-know-what about. But if nothing else, at least I can take solace in the fact that I was right not to want to watch to begin with. Now, you can say what you will. Wait a minute, Clarence. Wait. I can't believe you said that. You missed the USA. You believe in God and country. I can't believe that you didn't watch the presidential debate. I will gladly tell you I didn't. And after watching that crap last night unfold, now you know why. Listen, y'all. There was a time in this country where you could open up the paper, turn on the radio, turn on the television, and you would be given the God-honest truth. It pains me, y'all. It pains me deeply to say that is no longer the case. Now, the good news is most of you right now are walking around with a marvelous invention in your pocket. It allows you to access all of the knowledge that the human species has accumulated since God put us on this earth. Boom. But now, not deciding where you look in this for information is just as bad as taking your information from anybody. Remember what Denzel told us. If you don't read the paper, you are uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed. Do your homework, y'all. Do your homework. Yeah, it's great that you have people like yours truly who will stand up and tell you the God-honest truth, whether you like it or not. Yeah, it's a good thing that we are still a country where having an opinion and being able to express said opinion still matters. But at the end of the day, lest you forget, there are folks out there that would love nothing more than to leave you bamboozled, hoodwinked, snookered. All because you didn't care enough to do your own homework and your own research. Just an observation, y'all. Just an observation. First break of today's show. When we come back, we'll be joined by Sydney on the clock. Get ready. She's next when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Get huge savings all summer long with the Buy Here, Sell Here program at the Team Automotive Group. Sell your vehicle to us and we'll pay you top value. Or buy here and get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get Team VIP service at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. If you were with us, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, about 1 week ago, last week.
1 week ago, yeah. We had the opportunity to introduce to you a young lady that is going to do some really good things in Baton Rouge. So I'm giving you the heads up to start looking out now, because you're going to go, wait, I saw her on the Clarence Bug Show. Sydney Coulier is... First of all, before we get going, you've got to have some Louisiana blood in your family with a name like Coulier.
I do, actually.
I figured you did.
Where do I start? So my mother is for Donisville, right? So Donisville, Louisiana is probably about 45 minutes south of Baton Rouge.
Uh-huh.
Just along the Mississippi.
Right.
And my father specifically, he's from New Orleans.
Oh,
and he's Creole,
Lord,
so that's where the last
course.
name came from.
Yeah, Coulier makes sense. Now, have you spent your entire life in Baton Rouge? Because I don't detect the thickness of accent that I would imagine
not at all.
from New Orleans and Donaldsonville.
So I was born and raised in Houston.
Ah, okay.
My parents, they left after Katrina.
Right.
So I was born and raised in Houston, and then from there, I kind of went back and forth. I took my summers and spent my summers here in Louisiana, and then, my mom shipped me off when she didn't want to deal with me anymore.
Been there,
and then
done
from
that.
there, I went all the way back to Houston.
So you've got a new show coming up.
Yes, I do.
Name of the show and what it's going to cover.
So, upcoming to the Pelican, premiering on August 29th, this upcoming Tuesday, I believe, right?
Yes.
So I will be the host of a sports talk show called Sydney's on the Clock. So Sydney's on the Clock is going to cover just burning takes, statistics, unpopular opinions of your local and professional sports.
We were talking about those forbidden fruit topics before,
Right.
so I gave my word. I'm not going there, so I've got to abide by that. So I'm trying to think of an African-American female in Baton Rouge with her own sports show, and nothing comes to mind.
I don't know any beside myself, actually.
So how did this come about, and how long did it take you to, oh my God, what did I just consent to do, for you to get that out of your brain?
So it's actually a very interesting story, right? So I actually first switched over to sports because I started more actually in your route. I started in political commentary.
Right.
And then from political commentary, I had moved over to sports.
Okay.
And my very first time doing sideline coverage, it was at Southern University, which I currently attend. I am a junior, matriculating there currently.
Awesome.
And
awesome.
from there, I was doing sideline coverage for the basketball team.
Okay.
And that's whenever I ran into Mr. Trailer.
Alan Traylor, yeah.
And from there, he basically poured into me and told me that I have what it takes. And of course, I was a little,
well, yeah.
At first, I was very hesitant because, again, I'm 19 years old.
Uh-huh.
A whole television show, my own television show at that, and then a sports, and then I'm black at that too.
Right.
And I'm a woman.
Right.
So there's a lot of, doors to go through from there. But then, after time and time again, working throughout the summer and getting everything and all the specifics and everything ironed out, now we're here.
So if there's a young lady watching right now, contemplating doing something that she has not seen anybody that looks like her doing, whether it's in Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lake Charles, wherever, what do you say to them?
Bet on yourself and
Awesome.
take your leap of faith. Because
Awesome.
and nobody else can believe you. It doesn't matter. As long as you believe in yourself and you pour into yourself, you'll start shining through and people will start to recognize yourself.
Amen. Amen. Well said, Sydney. So what are your favorite sports and why?
Okay, so I have two.
Okay.
So first, I have a long-standing history with basketball. Basketball is honestly how I got introduced to sports in the first place. My father, he's a referee. So growing up, my earliest memories, I kid you not, whenever he used to come pick me up on Saturdays, we used to go straight to the gym. He will be refereeing, going up and down the court. And he'll sit me behind a scoring table, and I'll be there either with my Nintendo DS or just fiddling whatever dolls I had brought at the time. And that's where my sports, that's where it all started.
It all started, yeah.
But I have another favorite sport, what would be track and field.
Okay.
Absolutely love track and field. I feel like track and field is very underrated as well, too.
Yeah.
Because when you think about the amount of time and effort, of course, all sports takes time, effort, dedication, commitment, of course. However, they're only getting 10-second payoff, 30-second payoff, even a minute sometimes, or even more. I think that's truly a testament to what type of character they are as athletes.
That has to be quite an honor, and I would imagine it also is a bit of a weight to carry when you think about the rich history of track and field at Southern University. When you're talking Rodney Milburn, Olympian, and guys and girls that have come through that institution that were just amazing in their exploits in track and field.
And
Any pressure there for you?
Oh, I was going to say, it's not even just Southern. Anywhere in Baton Rouge, too.
Oh, yeah.
Baton Rouge has a long, deep-seated
What's
history.
the Red Stick Track Club, and of course our LSU Tigers as well, and the Southern Jaguars. You got a bit of a weight on your shoulders there if you're going to do justice to track and field.
I know, which I'm looking forward to it because, of course, you have to start somewhere, and that somewhere is with me.
Yeah. So what do your friends make of all this? When you first came to them and said, I think I'm going to do my own TV show. And they're like, well, okay, yeah, when you get out of college and you get a job and you work your way up, and one day I could see you having your own show. And you're like, no, starting next week, I have my own. What is that like between young people your age?
So this entire process, I've been over the moon, ecstatic, everything, elated. However, even my friends, they're more excited than I am sometimes, too.
I know her.
No, literally, especially because they've seen how much work and dedication, because like I said, I really not just got started in sports, but, actually to where I'm taking it into my career field. It's still pretty fresh, almost about 6, 7, 8 months now. And for them to see the amount of hard work, dedication that I've actually poured into my craft, and for me to actually get a payoff like my own show, they're just so excited for me.
Right. So when and where can people tune in, and what's the name of the show? What are they looking for on August 29th?
So it will be Sydney's On the Clock, here broadcasted on the Pelican.
Fantastic. It is interesting to watch because I remember when I first started in the business. And it was because my father and I had fallen out about living at home and going out, but that's a different show for a different day. So I jumped out there and actually accidentally ended up in broadcasting. But for you, it's different. On the other hand, it's something that you have a natural feel for, something you've gravitated toward. What would you tell other young people your age that find themselves in a similar situation?
What I can say, just going back to what I originally said in terms of taking a bet on yourself,
Right.
because we're being 100% honest, I didn't even know I was going into broadcasting at first.
Right.
I always thought I was going to be a lawyer. I thought I was going to be
Really?
the next, especially because I grew up watching a lot of TV, specifically like Scandal. I thought I was going to be the next Olivia Pope, the Fixer,
Leave it
and everything.
to you to point out Scandal, yeah. But that's understandable. Interesting. So at the end of the day, what are you hoping people will learn from Sydney's On the Clock as opposed to watching whatever other shows are out there?
I hope that people take away from the show that although sports is a male-dominated field, that we know as a woman, we know what we're talking about.
Well, yeah.
We know what we can offer to the table as well.
Yeah.
I want them to be able to take away, especially that somebody as young as me as well too. We could be very knowledgeable in sports.
Right.
You can actually take some things and learn some things from me as well.
What kind of job have we as adults, particularly in this business, what kind of job would you think we have done regarding encouraging young people to get into? Have we scared you off? Have we tried to throw too much at you at one time with political concerns and social economic concerns? What kind of job have we as adults done?
I can say, just be honest.
Yes, please.
Mediocre in a sense.
Okay.
Only because I feel like there is a disconnect a lot of the times between one generation to another.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like sometimes with the older generation, they're so used to things being done within their way.
Right.
That whenever things change, you're a little bit more, not
resistant
right.
to it, reluctant. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so with that, I believe that if we can come together and find a middle ground with our generations, and not just with politics, sports, just everything will be 10 times easier.
Yeah. Well, the good news is Sydney has consented that she's going to do a regular segment on this show. So you will have the opportunity to be a part of affecting change.
I'm excited.
And I'm going to hold you to those words now. You know I will.
I know you will.
She's already said, y'all done a mediocre job, adults, in relating to young people and getting them involved in the conversation. That's why I ask for the God-honest truth. I respect that. And even though it says people of my age haven't done as good a job as they should, it always opens the door for improvement. Y'all be sure, be on the lookout for it. Sydney's On the Clock. I would consider it a personal favor if you give her a chance. That's all we can ask for. Bottom of the hour break. When we come back, you've heard me say God knows how many times, as long as I've been covering this stuff, nothing surprises me anymore. It disappoints me, but it doesn't surprise me. I may have to rethink that. Y'all have got to hear this. You are not going to believe it either. That's next when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close. Good stuff, Don.
Get yourself summer ready with the award-winning lineup of Hondas at Team Honda. We'll help you find just the right vehicle to hit the road to whatever destination awaits you. Come shop the most awarded brand in Car and Driver's 10 Best history at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
It's time to go where summer leads you during the season of discovery at Team Mazda. Transcend ordinary in the Mazda CX-5 or experience the next level of luxury in the all-new Mazda CX-90. Come by today and discover Mazda at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. You know, if you have listened to me, watched me for any amount of time, you know that there are certain things that people call Clarence-isms. Things that you've heard me say that are literally a part of me from my upbringing. I shared one with you at the start of the show, and actually it's a Sargism. My late father, a man should always have a job and a hustle. My life is replete with sayings and, more important, examples from adults regarding how we should choose to live our lives. One of the things you've heard me say over the years repeatedly, and God knows I mean it, particularly in my line of work, when you have dedicated your entire professional career to staying abreast of stories, societal trends, what have you, you develop almost an innate ability to ward off what normal people wouldn't. Meaning, I know tons of people that when they look at a certain headline, they're not going to read that story because they don't want their day influenced in such a negative fashion. They will simply avoid it. I don't have that option. It is my professional duty to share with you things that have happened, are happening, could possibly happen, so that you can protect yourself. As a result of some 43 years now of having to entertain, search out the details of, and try to help us all understand the state of mind of human beings over the last 43 years, I very quickly came to the conclusion nothing surprises me anymore. I'm sorry, I'm sad to say, nothing surprises me. It disappoints me, but it doesn't surprise me. Because after all, after 43 years of following this kind of stuff, you think you've pretty much seen it all. Well, enter 41-year-old Christopher T. Cater of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Recently, 72-year-old Sheila Ortega went missing. Family called law enforcement and said, we would like to file a missing persons report. We would like for you to conduct a welfare check and let us know that she's okay or she isn't okay. So law enforcement did what law enforcement does. They investigated. They found out upon investigating the home of Sheila Ortega, the 72-year-old woman from Lake Charles. They found out she's nowhere to be found. They also found out her vehicle is missing, her SUV, and someone recently has used her identification to open up a couple of accounts in her name. So once they find out that her SUV is missing, they put out a BOLO. For those of you not familiar with law enforcement terminology, a BOLO, a BOLO, as we call it, is be on the lookout. We need to find this vehicle. So sure enough, a couple of sharp, eagle-eyed law enforcement officers see her SUV and they pull it over. Inside the vehicle is 41-year-old Christopher Cater, who has been driving around for the last 30 days with this 72-year-old woman's body in the vehicle. I have made my living, y'all. And Kevin will relate particular to this. He always jokes, Clarence, I hope you're going to tell me how you really feel today. Well, I'm going to do just that for this clown. Say what you will, but this is one of those times where we need frontier justice. This is one of those times, y'all, where we need Wild West justice. Sir, you have been found guilty by this jury of your peers. The sentence, tomorrow morning at sunrise. May God have mercy on your miserable soul. This man drove around for 30 days with this 72-year-old woman's body in the freaking car. I better stop before I get myself in some serious trouble. Y'all, really? If you have ever had the unfortunate instance of smelling firsthand human decomposition, you have to ask, how in God's name did this man get in and out of that vehicle for 30 freaking days? How in God's name did he pull up in a store parking lot, get out, go into the store, and nobody went, oh my God, that's human decomposition? How do you get out of that vehicle knowing that that smell has permeated every pore in your skin, not to mention every freaking article of clothing that you have on? And this guy, had he not been stopped, pulled over, and it discovered, may have well been doing it to this day. And you gotta wonder, y'all, with the ungodly, unbearable heat that we've had as of late, what was it like inside that vehicle? Y'all, there are some sick puppies among us. And you better take the steps to protect yourself and those that you love. Because on any given day, in any given place, you might find yourself with the likes of this clown. And one of the very basic tenets of this country and our way of life is the right to self-preservation and self-protection. I cannot begin to imagine what that woman's poor family must have gone through. If you guys and girls are members of the community of faith, I would consider it a personal favor. And I know absolutely nothing about her family. But I don't think that they would mind one iota if you were to be so kind as to keep her family in your thoughts and in your prayers. No one should have to go through something as horrific as that. Just when you think that we're better than certain things, along comes this clown. Final break of today's show. We'll get her done. Put that big old pretty bow on this puppy when we come back and we wrap up another week of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close. Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Treads & Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads & Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads & Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back to the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. I intended to cover a couple of other stories in the Louisiana news segment and let my emotions get the best of me with that idiot in the last segment. So I'll cover these two real quickly before we wrap everything up. I have always tried to live my adult life by a certain code. There are certain things, God forbid, knock on laminate covered particle board, that I do not do. I just don't. One of them is when I'm going someplace, I go through a checklist before I leave. Do I have my wallet? Yep, got it. Do I have my keys? Yep, got it. Got my key fob on the key ring? Yep, got it. If I have to say, do I have my gun? Automatically, that's some place I'm not going. I don't care who it is I'm going to see. I don't care how near or far they happen to be. If I have to check to be sure I have my gun, that's someplace I don't need to go. Apparently, there are two guys in Bogalusa who've never listened to the Clarence Bug Show before. Because these two individuals get together for a family gathering. And as is the case normally, at a family gathering, somebody's got a gaming console. It's a PlayStation 5 or Xbox or whatever. And it's you and family members, so y'all sitting there playing games. Well, these two family members in Bogalusa, Marty said cousins, get into an argument over the gaming console, and you know where it went, right? Big time. Kev said south. The two individuals both pull out firearms. A female family member gets between them to try and de-escalate the situation. All three of them end up shot. by family members, y'all, over a freaking game console.
Waiting for Christmas.
Thank God, Marty just said, it wasn't Christmas presents they were unwrapping. God knows what might have happened. Family members, y'all, over a gaming console? Police say, yeah, if they make it out of the hospital, we're going to charge the two of them. Other Louisiana news. I don't know how much they spent for this, but I could have saved them some money. Crest Line, like Crest toothpaste line. Crest Line is a survey company. They conduct surveys on any number of things and then publish the results. Their most recent survey attempted to find out who are the most hardcore football tailgating fans in America. I give you one guess who's number one. Yeah, it ain't Tulane, Hoss. My sister's a Tulane grad, and if she was sitting right here, I'd tell her to her face, sure as hell ain't Tulane. You can believe that. LSU Tiger fans, hands down, the number one hardcore tailgaters in America. You had to actually conduct a survey to figure that out? Why didn't you just call old Clarence? I could have helped you out and saved you some money. Listen. Ironic you should say that, Amy. Amy just said, be sure to tell them come get the tailgate package. One of the things that they are quoted in the survey is saying, well, those LSU fans, they'd rather grill than go out and get food. Duh! Listen, y'all. Listen. Obviously, nobody at Crestline has ever been in person to an LSU tailgate. When you can walk to one group of tailgaters and the guy flips the lid up on the pit and there's a whole freaking gator on there. When you can walk a few steps past there, the guy flips the lid on the grill, there's a whole freaking pig on the grill. We know who the winner is, hands down. But the good thing about living in Louisiana, y'all, as you well know, you can say anything about anybody at any time, as long as you either begin it or end it with, bless their little old hearts. Bless their little old heart. They don't know no better. They had to have a survey to tell them LSU fans are the number one hardcore tailgating fans in the entire United States of America. Bless their little old hearts. I guess they know now. Finally. Hopefully, if you keep an eye on this, it will not be coming soon to a school near you. As you have probably ascertained over the years, them folks on the left coast, elevator don't go all the way up. How many times have you heard me talk about California, the granola state? Take out the fruits and the flakes, the only thing you got left are the nuts. How many times have you heard me say that? How many times have you heard me say that? Well, just north of the granola state is Portland, Oregon. This week, the schools there started making plans to implement some new rules. And these new rules in Portland schools will include the following. No more zeros in the grading scale. If they catch you cheating on an exam, and you're disqualified from taking it, you can't give them a 0. If they don't turn in their homework assignment on time, you cannot give them a 0 for that assignment. And you know why, right? Because zeros are, wait for it, racist. On top of that, as if that wasn't already enough, on top of that, they also have the new equity-focused math curriculum. Guidelines that are designed to close the gap between the achievers and the non-achievers. So, no more zeros are allowed for failing to turn in homework, getting caught cheating. No more zeros for non-academic factors such as participation, attendance, effort, attitude, and behavior. Remember when you used to get a report card back in the day? And after you got the grades, the actual grades for the work that you did or did not do, there was a subsection that dealt with attendance, behavior, attitude, so on and so forth. I don't know how it was in your house, but if I brought home all A's, but I was lacking in behavior, effort, and attitude, Sarge and I had a serious conversation. Actually, he did all the talking, I did the listening, if that's what you call being on the other end of the belt. If that's what you call it. But these folks say, nope, no more of that, because we got to close the gap. How much wider do you think the gap's going to get? Watch this one. My time's up and I got to go, but you already know the drill. That's right, this rate, you are 100% correct. America, we're not perfect, but for this old boy's money, it's the best there is, and God knows there's no place else I'd rather be on his green earth. Speaking of the good Lord, you realize he loves you, right? And I hope you know that I do too. Either way, there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. Take care of yourselves and each other. We'll see you soon. God bless. And you thought I wasn't going to make it, did you?